Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Banging out the work, 'cause old Captain went to college to be an asshole. Wish there was a degree called asshole studies. Would be a way more legitimate degree than the vast majority, if not all, not 100% all of the liberal arts degrees, because the truth is so much more valuable than lies. But you people, what are you believing? I'm gonna get a doctorate. I knew a guy who actually got a master's in creative writing. And you gotta sit there like, dude, how is there 2 years of advanced level studies of being a creative writer? Why don't you just go freaking write? You would write 5 books in the exact same amount of time it took you to get that degree. No one's gonna hire you. Oh my God, are you a writer? Are you creative? Holy shit! Well, here's $100,000. It never happens that way. Get the book Worthless. All right. Starting at over 30. Hello, Captain. You seem to be on a hot streak with ripping on sales jobs, so I thought it might be the perfect time to reach out. I like to leave sales and start over on something more project-based, but after spending almost 10 years in the field, I'm hesitant. Here's what I got. 10 years ago, I moved away from my small hometown into the nearest liberal shithole with the most jobs to earn my degree. Business, bro. Like most dude bros who majored in general business, I landed an entry-level sales job after I graduated. I'd like to pause in the story here and let your viewers know that your sales guy impression is spot on. You kill me every time you do your hat backwards and say, bro, dude, bro, 6 figures, go. But yeah, no, it's very simple. You put your hat on backwards and you lower your IQ by about 25 points. Well, in my case, more like 40 points. I'm like, dude, bro, dude. It's so sad. They're such douches. And they're miserable after. Those are the guys that get divorced. Those guys get that. I know I'm very hard on the women. But you can't. It's not. I know everybody in the red pill community is like, oh, women get divorced because they're fucking whores. It's like, no, have you met the dude bros? The average 1 IQ or 101 IQ dude bros and their business majors? Like, I can see why the women divorce them. It's not always the woman's fault. Now it's their fault for marrying the dude bro. I didn't know he was such an idiot. Like, what you see? Fuck it. All right. So I have a useless degree and a useless job, 2 strikes with the cap. But before you write me off as a run-of-the-mill dude, bro, totally not. Please allow me to explain why I chose this field and where I plan to go from here. I'm one of those idiots who intentionally got into sales. There is nothing wrong with sales, guys. Nothing is wrong. Dude, I have to do sales. Everybody has to do sales. You have to sell yourself. It's when you major in it and you think there's a science to it. It's the same thing with these like pickup bars. Like there's a science picking up chicks. No, there isn't. It's like be hot, be in shape, and then throw yourself against the Normandy beaches and get shot up by MG-22s. Or 42s. Terribly sorry. That's it. That's all it is. It's a failure. The key to success is failure. So there is nothing wrong with sales. I absolutely, if you are an honest salesman, that is a real trait. That's a real skill. And that's why I always say that some guys have it. You know, like they're just that good at it. There's this, Michael. He's a Latino guy. I don't know why the name Michael, but anyway, Latino guy. And he is a killer over at Wells Fargo, even though Wells Fargo was a completely horrendous, evil corporation that should be nuked from orbit twice. But he's just got that sale. He's just got this, there's nothing wrong with it. I got my master's in marketing. Okay, fuck you. I got my MBA. Yeah, fuck you. Anytime I hear MBA or law degree, I think I do. I like, you're an idiot. You're an inferior person. You're just a moron. You are. Statistically speaking, you are. So there is nothing wrong with, you're intellectually honest. You wanted to go into sales. Perfectly good. No, I didn't fall for the job posting that boasted unlimited earnings potential. My goal has always been to start my own business. Don't worry, I'm not trying to be a big idea guy, but you're honest. business is long term. I knew early on that in order to survive on my own, I needed to learn how to find customers and drive revenue. Yep, that's what sales is. Hence, I chose sales profession as sort of a paid apprenticeship. I spent enough time in the field that my degree is paid off and I'm not carrying any debt. I've started practicing minimalism and I've learned how to live on a pretty lean budget. Yeah, that's not dude bro sales. Dude bro sales are always about like spending money on used BMWs to make it impressive to the dumb girls who don't know the difference between a new Mercedes and a new BMW. Pour me right, I admit that I'm a bit of a bitch for letting the stress get... Wait, I skipped over it. Speaking of minimalism, I have to pause and thank you for the advice you've given in your books. Your videos regarding frugality. I was a mess before reading Bachelor Pad Economics. Chasing money made me forget about the important things in life. I became somewhat depressed. Glad to help you out. Glad to help you out. Best $25 or whatever you spent on that book. I don't know. Amazon changes the price. Poor me, right? I admit that I'm a bit of a bitch for letting the stress get to me in a sales office job. How can I be stressed out at a job where there's no immediate threat to my health? I get that things could be much worse and that I'm lucky to have a safe and clean desk job. This is a long one, guys. But here's why sales is stressful. It's mostly luck. There are so many variables outside of your control. The only thing you can control is the number of people you beg for money every day. Yeah, absolutely. It's a numbers job, dude. It's numbers. I've asked out women. Ask any guy. Any true salesman is a man who has asked out women. And that's your sales job. Every guy's good at sales. We're always selling our penis. Penis? 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 Who was that? Was that Jerry Seinfeld or was that Eddie Izzard? Penis? And it's true. That's why it's so funny. Penis. I don't want penis. Well, go fuck yourself. That's all that's on the menu, you stupid cunt. Because that's what's going to end. In the end, you'll be 60 years old. Like, oh my God, I really want some penis. Ah, too bad. You had it shoved down your throat. Metaphorically speaking. Hopefully not forcefully, because that'd be rape and that's bad. So many variables outside your control. The only thing you can control is the number of people you beg for money every day. Whether or not they need your services is completely dependent upon them. No sales gimmicks could change that fact. Yes, that's why you should be entrepreneurs and find things that people want. There's nothing worse than... Here's the great thing about asshole consulting, and maybe we could all learn a lesson from this. It sells itself. I know I have to sell it a little bit, and every once in a while run an ad over on, like, Terrence Pop, redonkulous.com. Go check him out. But you don't want to be wasting your time selling things. You want to have such a great product, such a good product, people want to buy it. You can make a ton of money if you're lucky, but you got to be lucky. That's what they won't tell you. It's gambling, and when your rent payment comes from gambling, things get a little unstable. If you work in sales, you're not a minimalist. You're not a minimalist. You're going to get into serious trouble. So many of these idiots will cash their commission check, immediately use it as a down payment on a new vehicle or trendy downtown apartment. Yeah, dude, that's the dude bros. That's why we make fun of them. But here's the thing: you never know if you have a job next week, right? No, I had a buddy who was in like sales, and like all of his friends came to his wedding, and then he got fired, and none of them would talk to him anymore, and I don't know where those guys went. And I still hang out with this guy. But yeah, sales is bullshit. And the dude bros are like the most inferior pieces of shit. They need to be killed. They don't need to be killed. I'm not saying we should go kill anybody. I'm just saying we should just like cut off welfare and just die on the vine. Right now, whether or not you keep your job depends on your ability to meet an ever-increasing quota. My quota doubled this year, though my commission stayed the same. They expected twice the results for the same amount of pay. Yeah, that's when you leave, dude. That's when you leave. Because I know you're in sales, but the people who manage you are super dude bros. They're like super douchebags. And these companies do go bankrupt. They do. Because you are not adhering to reality. You are ignoring reality. You are You're just not based. That's what it is. You're like, we can make more sales, more. It's like those multi-level marketing campaigns. Like, well, okay, then sooner or later, $190 trillion of global GDP will be book sales or whatever the hell they're selling, water filter sales. It's the same thing here. And so that asshole is making money on you. You double your quota. He's not going to pay you double the pay. Well, then go fuck himself. You have a skill. There's nothing wrong with sales. Again, it is a skill. Go somewhere else. Start your own business. They expect twice the results of the same amount of pay. And even the best reps are at risk. I'll tell you a quick story about a friend before I wrap this up. Veteran sales rep making close to $200,000 a year. He builds his territory to the point that his accounts are producing over $1 million in recurring annual revenue. Great salesman. Great salesman. Guaranteed for the next 5 years. The company clips him, splits his territory into 2 parts, and hires 2 junior reps to take over. The company keeps the recurring $1 million revenue. The reps now make $60,000 base salary. Cycle goes on. Do you mean the do-bros are assholes and stab you in the back? You gotta look out for do-bros with this white hair, because we're evil. Even though I'm not a do-bro. When I die, they'll say, hey, he wasn't a do-bro. Yeah. He had a penis. He could satisfy women. I got at least 10 of these stories. But they took you with the money. It's all about commission, which brings me back to minimalism. Sales is very pro-consumerism. Make a lot and spend a lot. That's the type of person who makes a great sales rep. Yeah, I have so many friends. Well, not friends. I have friends who knew people that were in real estate, and then these women predominantly would go get like a Porsche Cheyenne or Cayenne Pepper, the Cheyenne, whatever. They got a brand new Porsche SUV to make it look like they made money. I'm like, you're borrowing that. That's not, you don't make that much. Your husband doesn't. Your husband's a truck driver. And you're really only getting by on your looks. So unless you're sucking every guy's dick over at the fucking showing of the house, I don't know how you... I hate new vehicles. I'll never live in a trendy downtown loft. I'm fully committed to the Smith & Wesson retirement plan when my body can no longer sustain itself without medical assistance. Good man. That's the most honest thing anybody can do. Knowing this, why would it make sense to do something that makes me miserable? Money, I don't need much. There's the financial piece, but just so we're clear, I need to briefly highlight the impact the job has had on my personal life. I'm an introvert. Social interaction drains me. How are you in sales and social interaction drains you? That makes no sense. I can fake it for a bit, but after 5 days of bullshitting with clients and coworkers, all I want to do is hide in my apartment all week, and my friendships have suffered, and I've lost touch with a lot of family members. Well, are the family members that interesting? That's another thing. Everybody thinks like, oh, I'm antisocial. It's like, well, how compelling are the people in your life to hang out with you? That's another thing. That's something I've gotten recently into, is like, I always thought like I had to be on stage and entertaining, and then after a while it's like, are you entertaining me? Are you intriguing me? Because you're not. So fuck off. I don't care. Go fuck yourself and die. You know, I don't wish they die. I just wish they go away. That's another one we can talk about later, but where you're like, I could fake it. Have you ever thought that there's nothing wrong with you and that these people are just not meeting up to your standards? Introvert, but I had an apartment, friendships lost, blah, 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 family. Now, how exciting are your family members? Because of this intentional isolation, I've stayed in an unhealthy relationship for 2 years. Paid for your advice, blah, blah, blah. Think breaking up with that girl is what made me start to realize I've been on the wrong path. Good, yeah, you gotta change stuff up like that. I'm sick of this shit, Captain. I don't think I can do it any longer. Want to do something project-based, something with a clearly defined beginning and end, no process-based work where they can keep you chasing the carrot. I'll figure out the next career later. Right now, I just want to know if you endorse making the move. What do you think? I think it's a great idea. Yeah, you're not happy. Did I ask any questions? No, you sent it over here. I'm good to go. At the same time, though, man, I wouldn't give up your look. If you got the skill of sales, that can. Everybody operates in the United States and the Western world like, oh, I just have money forever. No, you don't. You really don't. So if you can make money selling stuff and the food and everything, you know, food's on the table and roof is over the head, don't give that up. Everybody always assumes like, oh yeah, man, I just go like I want to really be a writer and smoke a pipe and be like T.J. Martinell. Look him up, tjmartinell.com. Until the money goes away. We're in a very tight labor market right now. I don't know if you guys remember the Great Recession. I do. I remember the 1990s recession. I remember the dot-com bubble. So don't give up what you got going on right now. But there's nothing wrong. No, you're on the right idea. You're not happy. You're not making money. But every job sucks. I've got various videos out of it. The issue I'm trying to figure out through my head right now is I know you're not going to make sales because they're going to screw you over. I understand that. But every job does suck. There's no happy job out there. Okay? And if you could get to my point where I was when I worked in the bank in Wyoming, where I just realized there were a bunch of inferior dipshits, and that's what you motherfuckers were. You're all a bunch of inferior dumbasses. Oh my God. You were so stupid. That's why you had to shut down an entire quarter of your operations. Yeah, we're going to convert to a state bank and that'll solve all our problems. Like, no, there's some fundamental problems. A little bit more. Anyway, the point is that when I was at that bank, I realized that it didn't matter if I was paid $100,000 an hour or 5 cents an hour. That hour of my time was gone. And that's every job. If you can get to that point, you become a better employee. Not in a moral sense, certainly not a moral sense, but you're just more obedient. And you got to realize that. Like when you go into the job, no matter what job it is, sales, not sales, you're there making a certain amount per hour and you're never getting that time back. And so you might as well stop fighting it and just, I don't know if you can really enjoy it either. But after a while, I just put on the headphones. Where I got my headphones? I don't have my headphones. They're trudging up over there. 2 real jobs ago, I was at a community bank. And here I am. I'm the senior analyst. I'm like Mr. Guy who knows how to do his stuff. And they wanted me to file and fax because they didn't have enough work to keep up with me. And you know what I did? I was like perfectly fine with them. Like, put on my headphones, just start filing and faxing and scanning away, doing clerical work. You want to know why? Because I was getting paid the same amount, and it didn't matter. Just, I could fight it and get fired, or well, inevitably I quit. But that's kind of the issue in your hand right now is sales. You can make a lot of money. You have to float, you have to jump, you have to lily pad. But this idea like, should I change my career? Yeah, I think you should. Absolutely you should. But don't give up sales if you have that skill and you can make that money. And you want process object oriented stuff, right? Nothing wrong with that, but dude, you're in a corporate, as long as you got an employer, they're going to be dipshits. You're not going to find anything worthwhile. So I do endorse you to go ahead, do whatever. Sales sucks, it does, blah, blah, blah. Don't give up the skill, blah, blah, blah. But you think, I'm going to be more project-oriented based? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No matter where you go in corporate America, you're going to have baby boomer and now older Gen X dipshits who don't know how to lead or manage, and all they knew how to do was this. That's it. That's all they know how to do. That's how you get promoted. It's obedience. And so when you start looking at, this gets back to the issue I was talking about, how, like, everybody's got this idea that you're not there to be happy. Your job is not there to make you happy. Women believe their job and their career is supposed to be rewarding. That's why they're all miserable right now. That's why they will lose. Your job is there to pay you and give you money for the waste of your time in your life that you aren't having fun. That's what a job is. Your job is compensation, money, given to you to give them death. You are basically dying. Every second of your life, you're not working on yourself and enjoying your own life. You are dying for somebody else because you're a slave. But I mean, you're a compensated slave, but you're a slave. So it doesn't matter whether you're a salesman. It doesn't matter like your next career move. Maybe your next career move will make you happier. I don't know. I don't care. Neither should you. So yes, go do your different thing. Be more project oriented if you think it's going to make you happy. But in the end, you got to realize you're just basically your employer's bitch, no matter where you work. And the only thing that matters is how much you're making per hour of your finite time in life in exchange. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with your sales job. Nothing wrong with you wanting to change your career and your work. But I'm going to give up your sales job, and you can go do your own thing. But just understand, it's only where you make the most amount of money, because the only really time you enjoy life is outside of work. And so don't think it's in work. And like, oh, I want to be rewarded. That's women shit. Women worry about that crap. Am I rewarded? Am I changing the world? Oh my God, is this the thing and the stuff? Nope, we don't do that. That's why we're men. That's why you make more. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.